What's going on? We have some new loadouts in Warzone 2 that I want to give you guys. I know they're going to be pretty broken, so anybody that watches this, I'm sorry, because there's going to be a ton of people that actually use this loadout and most likely are going to kill you. So, if you want to avoid that, please copy these loadouts and get them in before other people do. One thing I want to show you guys is actually this. The Vasnev is actually incredible in Warzone 2, and a lot of people don't really realize it. So I'm going to give you guys a fantastic build right now, copy it down, and use it before someone guns you down. So, we're going to start out with the Broom Pendulum. The Broom Pendulum, vertical recoil control and horizontal recoil control at the cost of aiming down sight speed and aiming stability. Now, you put gun kick control at 0.21 inches and the aim down sight speed to 0.65 ounces. Put the cast 381 millimeter, tune it for the damage range increase at 0.15 inches, the recoil steadiness at 0.34 pounds for damage range, hip fire accuracy and bullet velocity at the cost of aim down sight speed, and hip recoil control. Move on to the broadside FCT. Tune it to put the aiming out stability at 0.70 inches and the aim down sight speed to negative 3.87 ounces for aiming stability, crouch movement speed, aim down sight speed, and sprint speed at the cost of aim walking speed and recoil control. Don't worry, this is going to have no recoil, so don't even worry about that. And this is still going to have good ADS. True tack grip. Now this is for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed at the cost of recoil control. Now, sprint to fire speed, put it to negative 0.15 inches and the recoil steadiness to 0.58 ounces. We're gonna put on a 45 round mag and get ready for this. This thing is gonna literally absolutely laser. It is gonna be so easy to control. Now the only downside is long range is gonna be a little bit more difficult, so be ready for that. Look at this, it's a little bit harder to control. You don't really want to have that. That's something you kind of want to avoid unless you have laser aimbot like me. So if you have laser aimbot like me, that's what you do. Next, we're moving on to the RPK. Now the RPK is still legendary. In fact, somebody said, wow, this thing is a laser unlike mine. Somebody told me that this build has no recoil compared to theirs, so this is the one that you want to use. We're going to put on the Polar Fire S for the sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness. If you don't have the Talon muzzle, then this is the one you want to use. The Talon muzzle probably is better, but this works for me. So, put the bullet velocity at 0.32 inches and the recoil smoothness at 0.32 ounces. Put the TAC 597 barrel on. Now, if you guys don't want this on, it's completely fine. You can take this off. But in my opinion, this does a ton of damage. Now, if you don't want this build here, in fact, screw that. We're not even going to show you this. We're going to show you an even better build right away. We're going to put on this one right here, which is the F-Tac Ripper 56. Just because I don't want anyone to say, oh, you lied to me. I can't handle a little bit of recoil, even though it'll give you more damage. So, F-Tac Ripper 56. For aiming out stability, hip fire accuracy, and recoil stabilization at the cost of aim down sight speed and walking speed. Now, increase aiming out stability at 0.21 inches and the recoil stabilization by 0.44 ounces. Polar Fire S is the same, but put the high velocity 762 rounds on, max it out the bullet velocity. Don't change the weight, just leave it alone. It's completely fine, trust me. And then put on the aim op B4, tune it to far distance, max it out, put on the Debo X2 grip. Don't change the width. Raise the recoil steadiness at 0.74 ounces, helps with recoil control, and check this thing out. This thing literally has no recoil, super easy to control. Like, oh my god, I'm barely holding my thumbstick down, you just get the job done. It's just such an easy weapon to use. I'm so surprised when I see comments saying, wow, you must have a Cronus, or you must be using some sort of tool to have no recoil on an RPK, and it's just like, what? A freaking RPK and you're having a hard time actually controlling the recoil? This build is going to work out for you. Just use it and you'll do great. In fact, it's so easy. If you can't control the recoil with this, then you just need to stop playing Call of Duty. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to have to stop playing Call of Duty. You're not good. And that's just point blank period. So, ISO Hemlock. This is another fantastic AR. This AR actually does a ton of damage, and I think it's actually one of the meta ARs to use. So, please give it a try. Harbinger D20 for sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness at the cost of aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and aim walking speed. Put the bullet velocity at 0.87 inches and the recoil smoothness at 0.54 ounces. Put the Fielder T50 on for damage range, bullet velocity, hip fire accuracy, and recoil control at the cost of aim down sight speed, hip recoil control, and movement speed. Now, put the damage range at 0.17 inches and the recoil steadiness at 0.15 pounds. Put the F-Tac Ripper 56 on for aiming out stability, hip fire accuracy, and recoil stabilization at the cost of aim down sight speed and and walking speed. Put the aiming out stability at 0.35 inches and the recoil stabilization at 0.65 ounces. Put on a 45 round mag. You don't want to put anything else on. This is just going to suck and you're not going to have enough bullets, even though you're going to be reloading quick. And then put on the aim op V4 for the far distance. negative 1.65 ounces. Trust me, that's where you want to have it. Put this on, and here we go. Check this out. So easy to use. In my opinion, probably the best AR to use. Look how easy it is. You just have high accuracy. You barely have to try. You just have to aim to the chest a little bit higher. Like, wow, it's just... it's so easy. It's honestly so easy. Like, I mean, if you can't use this gun, like, what do you do? Just stop. Just stop if you can't use this gun. In my opinion, it's probably the best AR because it has high damage and just super low recoil. It acts like a peacekeeper on freaking, like, cracked out. I don't know if that other word is TOS. If you guys know what word I'm using, let me know in the comment section down below what word I mean to say. It begins with an S, but I don't know if it's TOS, so I can't say it. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the Fennec because this thing is my baby and it's always been my baby. This thing is actually insane. And I actually made a different build without the VLK laser. Let me see if I have it. It's probably this one. Yes. Okay, so I made it without the VLK laser so the laser won't show up so you guys can't cry, oh, the enemy sees my laser. No, you don't need the laser. You don't have to see the laser. Anyway, ZLR 16.5 ignition barrel for damage range, bullet velocity, hip fire accuracy, and recoil control at the cost of aim downside speed, hip recoil control, and movement speed. Now, put the damage range at 0.25 inches and the recoil steadiness to 0.32 pounds. Move on to the phase 3 grip because some people can't control the recoil, so this is a fantastic recoil control build. And also, you get plenty of movement. So, aiming out stability, hip fire accuracy, recoil stabilization, at the cost of walking speed and aim down sight speed. Put aiming out stability of 0.23 inches and the recoil stabilization of 0.54 ounces. Next, we're going to have the Fennec Mag 45. I mean, there's really no alternative, so make sure you have this on. Put on the Agile Assault 7s for sprint speed, aim walking speed, cross movement speed, and aim down sight speed at the cost of aiming stability and recoil control. Max out the aiming out stability and put the aim down sight speed at negative 2.06 ounces. Put on the Fennec rubber grip for sprint to fire speed and aim down sight speed at the cost of recoil control. Sprint to fire speed to negative 0.16 inches and the aim down sight speed to negative 0.68 ounces. And check this bad boy out. First of all, this thing is absolutely insane and super easy to use. Now, the only downside is I don't think you should challenge it long range because you don't have aimbot like ChainFeeds. But if you have aimbot like ChainFeeds, then go for it. You might actually get the kill. Boom. See that? I actually got it with my life. I didn't even think I was going to get that. But if you don't have aimbot like ChainFeeds, please don't do this because you're most likely just not going to get a job done. It's not worth it. It's really just not worth it. So, unless you have the ultimate, aim hack PS5 aimbot controller like me, then just don't do long range gunfights because you're most likely going to lose unless you have good accuracy. And I know a lot of people are complaining that RPK has recoil, most likely don't have good accuracy. So if you don't have good accuracy, do not fight long range with this gun. This is a close range gun and it does damage. This is what it's supposed to do. So use this close range and you'll do fantastic. Another thing I want to show you guys, and in fact this might be the last thing I'm going to show you guys because I don't know if you guys deserve all my secret class setups, but I'm decided to be nice. The MP5. The MP5 is a hidden gem. Put on the FSI Shark Fin 90 for the aiming out stability with no cons. Increase aiming out stability of 0.18 inches and the recoil stabilization of 0.23 ounces. Put on the 9mm over pressured for the target flinch. Trust me, this is actually very useful. I didn't realize how useful it was until your enemy just bounces all over the place while you have straight shots. So bullet velocity of 4.94 GR and then the damage range of 0.45 Gs. Trust me, it does not get better beyond that. So this is the best part to have it at. Just make sure it's around here. It can be off by like a point or two, but make it around there. Put the 50 round mag on unless you can handle the 40 round. If you can handle the 40, then feel free to use that, but this is just to have more bullets. VLK laser 7MW unless you just want to use, well, no, there's no alternative. So VLK laser 7MW for aim down sight speed, aiming stability, sprint to fire speed at the cost of laser being visible in ADS. If you think you can just handle it, then you can just take it off. If you don't want to use that, you can use most likely the 1MW laser so the laser doesn't actually show up for the enemy. You can get better aim down sight speed though. Also, sprint to fire speed is at negative 0.06 ounces. And then put on the mirror recoil 56 factory stock for aiming stability, recoil control, and sprint speed at the cost of aim walking speed and aim down sight speed and crouch movement speed. Put the aiming out stability at 1.32 inches and the aim down sight speed negative 1.29 ounces. And the final outcome is this bad boy right here. This thing is incredible, probably on par with the Fennec. I think it's very good, in my opinion. It just can't do the long range thing that the Fennec can do, so you would literally have to burst fire, and I don't think it would just do good. As you guys see, it's much harder for that to get done. So this is definitely a close to medium range, not long range, because you're just gonna lose. You're literally gonna lose your long range gunfights. Don't do it. You're not gonna win this long range gunfight. I'm telling you guys right now, anyone that's watching, you're not gonna win the long range gunfight. Do not fight this long range. I'm talking to you, person, that you can think you can fight a 50-meter gunfight with an MP5. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.